Hi everybody, JJ here with Experiences with My Dog, and today we're going to be talking about something that I think every single dog owner should have and could legitimately save your dog's life. So let's find out more about these pet alert identification cards. So many of us, when we of course leave our homes, aren't necessarily always keeping in mind, have we essentially left with some way to be able to inform individuals or first responders that essentially there's a dog or a pet that you might have in your home when you're away from home. And the reality of why that's important is because of course things happen. You yourself could get into an accident. There could be a different type of natural disaster, whether you're talking about, severe thunderstorms and rain, flooding, fires, earthquakes, hurricanes, tornadoes, any number of these different types of factors, of course, that could require first responders to say, hey, if we're passing by a house and we're seeing that house, do we have a way that we could essentially verify that we need to get into the home to get essentially your pet out, right? Or like I said, if you get into an accident and you don't have anybody else coming home, who's going to attend to your dog, right? And so that's what these essentially guys allow you to do. So these pet alert identification kits are pretty cool. They essentially are spread up in a couple of different ways. So you get a couple of different items included in the kits. The first item is essentially going to be these stickers. These stickers you can essentially put on your door, you could put them on your windows. You essentially want to put them on, let's say, the exterior of your house, maybe a sliding glass door, different things like that, essentially where I'd say first responders, neighbors, people around your house would have visibility to be able to see, hey, there's this big red notification that says pet alert. It asks you to go ahead and note, do you have a dog? Do you have a cat? Others, you could put maybe the number of dogs that you have, essentially allowing those people to have essentially an easy way to know that there's a pet inside that home. Again, like I said, in the event that something occurs. In addition to that, you've got these two other options that come in here to help to alert people that essentially when they find you in some type of scenario where you might not be able to easily convey or communicate that you are a pet owner, that they should actually try to look for more information and of course go to your home to ultimately be able to get your pet safe and secured. And so this happens a couple of ways. One, you have this little ID card that you would put inside, let's say, your purse or your wallet or keep on you, and it essentially alerts people, hey, in case of emergency, make sure to take a look at the information that's on the back of this card. And this lets essentially you know that, hey, my pet is home alone. This is the owner's name, the pet's name, emergency contact information, whether that's going to be a friend, a neighbor, a family member, something like that, that you can essentially have your dog be taken care of in that interim period when you're not available. You can also go ahead and attach this to, let's say, your keychain, which a lot of people, of course, they have keys to their home or keys to their car, keys to their private lockers, things like that. And essentially this also would alert somebody that, hey, if they found you, again, my pet is home alone, please see this insert to give you more information. But ultimately the goal here is to be able to allow people to clearly know that, hey, you're a pet owner, and that in a worst case scenario to try to make sure that they can find more information to get home to be able to safely secure your pet so that ultimately you guys can be reunited. Now for the specific set that I have right here that I'm showing you, this is available from Amazon. You can get it on Prime if you have a Prime membership, so free shipping. It's $8. I think it's a pretty good deal, but you're gonna find tons of them. You can really find them for almost as little as about $5, and they can go up to maybe about $15 depending on the permutations of kind of like how many stickers you're gonna get, the different type of information that may be able to be listed on that sticker, whether it might be magnetic, if you get cards, if you get these kind of key attachments. I felt this one was kind of the best balance because you got 4 decals, which is pretty good coverage, 2 of these cards, and then 1 of these keychain attachments. About the only negative that I think I will note is that the keychain attachment, the little attachment ring that they give you is very, very cheap. It's very basic, so it could be improved upon there, but you can improve upon that easily by just getting one of these nice little S-Beaners. You can get these again online, pretty inexpensive, probably around $5, but they'll definitely be much more secure as opposed to this, which might break or fall off, and then of course you're defeating the purpose of having this as an easy way to let people know that essentially your pet is home alone. The other thing too is that this is just layered on there. This is not engraved or laser etched, and so with a lot of rubbing over time, this might actually scratch off. Now, I don't know how long that might take, but because of the fairly low cost, it is something that essentially you could order a kit and you could have another backup one. But, if you could get one that essentially is fully stamped or etched, while that might be more expensive, it definitely would last longer. But I think that, this is going to at least last you probably about, 6 months, although it really depends on how much rubbing could be going on in your pocket or your purse or with other items you might have. So in that regard, you might also want to keep that in mind. So one last note that I'll make is that just something to keep as a consideration point, and it really depends up to you if you want to do it. But this specific set doesn't have an area where you can easily note essentially the number of dogs or your dog's name. Now, some of these other sets will sometimes have that available field that you can put in there, but it's fairly easy. And I would recommend probably consider just taking, you know, a Sharpie and noting there if you have multiple dogs, saying, you know, 3 dogs, or, you know, maybe if you just have 1 dog, maybe just putting their name. So for us, maybe it would be like Ultron or Modoc or Bowie, but for us, ideally, we would put 3, and then, you know, if I wanted to, maybe try to put in their names. But it is just something to keep in mind. All right, so that wraps up this quick video. Overall, like I said, not a huge amount of detail to go in here, but definitely something I think every single one of us that are dog owners should be strongly actually incorporating as part of just being a dog owner, is having an easy way that you can alert, you know, friends, family, neighbors, or first responders to the fact that you yourself are a dog owner, so that ultimately you can make sure that, you know, when you're back in that ability to either get back to your home, you know, your dog is able to be, you know, reunited with you, or that your dog is going to ultimately be able to be taken care of in that interim situation where something happens to you. So ultimately, hopefully you found this video useful to you guys as a dog owner. And if you did, please make sure to go ahead and drop your feedback or any questions or comments in the overall comment section below. And while you're down there, if you can go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, as well as share this video out, it would be really appreciated. So with that, as always, take care, take it easy, enjoy the rest of your day, and don't forget to spay and neuter your dogs.